Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is, for me, is the money. The scripture comes from Judith 7 and 16. Their words pleased Holofernes and his ministers, and he ordered their proposals to be carried out. Thereupon the Moabites moved camp together with 5,000 Assyrians. They encamped in the valley and held the water supply and the springs of the Israelites. The Edomites and the Ammonites went up and encamped in the mountain region of opposite Dothan, and they sent some of their men to the south and to the east opposite of Egrabel, near Shusi, which is on Wadi Makmer. The rest of the Assyrian army was encamped in the plain, covering the whole countryside. Their enormous store of tents and equipment was spread out in profusion everywhere. The Israelites cried to the Lord their God, for they were disheartened, since all their enemies had them surrounded, and there was no way of slipping through their lines. The Assyrian camp, infantry, chariots, and cavalry kept them thus surrounded for 34 days. All the reservoirs of water failed the inhabitants of Bethula, and the cisterns ran dry, so that on no day did they have enough to drink. But their drinking water was rationed. Their children fainted away, and the women and youths were consumed with thirst and were collapsing in the streets and gateways of the city, with no strength left in them. All the people, therefore, including youths, women, and children, went in crowd to Uzziah and the rulers of the city. They set up a great clamor and said before the elders, God's judge between you and us, you have done us grave injustice in not making peace with the Assyrians. There is no help for us now. Instead, God has sold us into their power by laying us prostrate before them in thirst and utter exhaustion. Therefore, summon them and deliver the whole city as booty to the troops of Holofernes and to all his forces. We would be better off to become their prey. We should indeed be made slaves, but at least we should live and not have to behold our little ones dying before our eyes and our wives and children breathing out their souls. We adjure you by heaven and earth and by our God, the Lord of our forefathers, who is punishing us for our sins and those of our forefathers, to do as we have proposed this very day. All in the assembly with one accord broke into shrill wailing and loud cries to the Lord their God. But Uzziah said to them, Courage, my brothers, let us wait 5 days more for the Lord our God to show his mercy towards us. He will not utterly forsake us, but if those days pass without help coming to us, I will do as you say. Then he dispersed the men to their posts, and they returned to the walls and the towers of the city. The women and children he sent to their homes throughout the city. They were in great misery. So here's a message to somebody. You are trying to hold the faith and do right. You are trying. But it is looking like, okay, you are in this moment of where God has you in waiting. You have been freed from whatever has been holding bondage upon you. And you are not yet to the position to where you are in your promised land. And you are in a position of waiting. Your enemies have been halted. They are in position to attack you, but they have not, or have been, God has been keeping them from fully attacking you. But you looking at them and they looking at you. And you are thinking, okay, if they just wanted to, they could, but they haven't. And in reality, you are in such suffering that you are looking at where you came from, or you are looking at your options, and your options of being in bondage to your enemies are looking good because you're in a position where you can't eat. You're in a position where you're thirsty. You're in a position where you can't get this, you can't get that, you don't have this, you don't have that, and you feel like you are trapped in a prison. God said, just wait on him a few more days. Just wait on him a few more days. Just wait on him a few more days. Just a few more days. Just keep it. Just hold on. Just a few more days. God said, if you give up now, then you will be forever in traps. But if you just hold on and wait on God just a little bit, just wait a little while, he will open up the gates. I hear God saying he will open up the floodgates for you. And it's like, y'all, because I'm thirsty right now. Like, I'm low-key, I need to get up and go and get some water. But I've been doing video after back to back to back to back to back. But anyways, if you would just wait, just hold on a few minutes, just hold on a few days, just hold on a few months, God will put you in a position to where you are in your promised land. But if you are in this position to where you keep on looking at these other options, these options are not options. These options are not options. They are options, but they are not options, because you would put yourself into a trap. God says the trap, this is exactly what the devil wants. This is what Satan wants. God is saying, you have to understand that that's what he wants. Satan wants you to look at his trap and think that it has glitter and gold on top of it. And in reality, this is a position where you are being tested by God. Whoever this is for, God is saying whatever he has for you, it is about to be so big that he's testing you first. Because he has to make sure that before he gives you this, that you're not going to get scared and run. Like, if you are praying to have your own little land or your own little, like, if you got to put in some work to whatever it is that God is giving you, because in this position where they was at, like, when they got to the land that God had for them, it's not always a promise that everything is ready. They may have to till up the garden first. They may have to pull some weeds first. They may have to go out and find some seeds first. They gonna have to water the plants and wait on it to grow a little while. God said everything is not just gonna be given to you so easily. And if you are ready to give up so easily, then how can he entrust you to build up what he's given to you? Even if it is a business. I didn't start making money off my business until I was 5 years in. And I just feel like God is saying, like, when I first started, I never seen myself doing what I'm doing now. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest and say that. I saw myself being able to sell makeup to my friends and family and lashes to my friends and family and just being happy doing that. And that's like all that I saw for myself, but God saw different. And I'm just being real. I never imagined that people from other countries and other cities I never imagined that people would actually enjoy watching me. Like, I'm just being real. And I just feel like God is saying that you never know what he has for you if you are not willing to go through the runner. I had to go through a lot. I had to go through a lot of people bullying me, people telling me my makeup was ugly, I dressed ugly. I had to worry about people telling me they didn't find me attractive. Oh, I'm not cute. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. I don't like how you did this. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. I hate this. I had to go through so much to get here. And in reality, you came a long way, but you went the wrong way. Oh, man. Realest line from J. Cole's song. The good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way. Okay? But in reality, I just feel like God is saying it's all a part of his plan. It's all a part of his plan. And if you give up too soon, you won't get to see his plan manifest. And it wouldn't have been hard for me to give up. Giving up would have been easy. I could have easily just decided to stop posting pictures. I could have easily decided to throw all the makeup away, throw the lights away. I give up on all of this. It was so many times that I remember when I first started, I had this really, really, really old light, y'all. I found the light in the thrift store. I don't think it was actually meant to take pictures, but I made that thing work. That thing finally broke, and I could have easily gave up. But what did I do? I went and found me a little lamp, okay, and fixed the shade in such a way that I was able to get, baby, don't play with me, okay? And I just feel like God is saying sometimes certain things happen. Like right now, I still have a studio light. Yeah, I lost one of them. Okay, but in reality, if I just had to, I could use these lights right here that are for my plants and just position myself in such a way that this is coming towards me. I just feel like God is saying that everything that you have to endure, while you are on the way towards your promise, it is meant for you to endure these things because it's going to teach you something. It's going to teach you something. Even when I was in the desert, I was learning stuff. I learned how to garden. I learned how to grow so many things. And I learned so much about so many things. And I learned this by doing it. And you know, it's one thing to read something in a book. It's another thing to watch a video and watch somebody do it. But when you actually getting your hands dirty and you getting your clothes dirty and you actually doing stuff, I know how to take a axe and pick. It's hard, but I know how to do it. I know how to dig up dirt and dig a hole. It's hard, but I know how to do it. I know how to build a trench. It's hard, but I know how to do it. I know how to build a fence. It's hard, but I know how to do it. I know how to lay brick. It's hard, but I know how to do it. I know how to mix concrete. It's hard, but I know how to do it. And I'm just saying, like, sometimes you go through some things and you don't even realize that you learning stuff that can help you in your future. God said, don't sleep on your whatever struggle you got going on right now. It may be hard, but you don't even understand. When you under pressure, that's when you really get to bang. And when you come out, whew, can't nobody stop you when you come out. Can't nobody stop you. That's just like anytime, it's kind of like when you learning something. Like when you're learning, when I was in school, when I was in beauty school, it frustrated me the way that they were teaching us to do certain hairstyles and to do certain things. And I would be like, that don't make no sense. I don't understand why we did this. I don't understand. And you know, I think one of the teachers told me, you know, when you in your own beauty salon, you can do whatever you want to. But while you are under my care, you are going to do as I'm telling you to. I think they told me that in the desert too. And, you know, at first it can seem frustrating. It can be very irritating. It can be very frustrating. But I would prefer to learn how to do things correctly. Now, if I want to be lazy, okay, and while I'm laying brick, instead of doing the little strips of mortar under every single brick, I decide to just lay the bricks down and then just pour the cement in there and just be that. That's my business, okay? If it falls, that's also my business. I can't blame nobody but myself. I know that I wasn't supposed to do that. And it's just, I'm just being real, y'all. Like, I'm being real. I'll be like, you know, if you want to skip the tilling and you decide you just want to do the raised bed, you want to be lazy, throw the raised bed out there, stack it up, throw some dirt that you know is already neutralized in and grow your plants out of that. You gonna have that problem when your plants, when the roots is getting long enough and they trying to go into that hard soil and they can't get in there. That's between you and your plants. But you learned the right way. And I just feel like God is saying that for somebody, you don't realize right now you are in your learning state. Regardless if God is just wanting you to observe or if God is just wanting you to be patient. But, you know, you may feel as though it's tough right now. I'm thirsty, Lord. I'm hungry, Lord. I need this, Lord. I need that, Lord. I need all these things. God said just wait a few days and it's coming. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.